en énorme, 2001. Ça te rappelle rien? Non? Alors laisse-moi te rafraîchir la mémoire 2 secondes.
Hey guys, how's it going? So today's video is going to be on the Outlier, and it's going to be what we've been doing with it. And this has been basically, it's going to be like 7 minutes. That is like, I've been almost half a year we've been working on this yo-yo. So it's, where does it all begin? It all begins with the very first Outlier. So if you guys remember way back when I made that video, we designed the design brief and basically we made this. Now this wasn't inherently a bad yo-yo, but it was not a yo-yo that I felt 100% comfortable with and 100% that I wanted to use as my competition yo-yo. So we started to implement a couple radical design changes. Not radical, but a few design shifts. So the main thing we did was, first we made the yo-yo more catchable. So if you compare the yo-yo to that, you can essentially see that this yo-yo has a wider catch zone than this yo-yo. And essentially what that does is it basically makes it easier to catch. And I think that was the main issue with this one, was that it looks great, but I found it slightly difficult to catch. So we widened out the catch zone, and we also increased the width by about 1 millimeter. And basically what that essentially allows it to do is that this is infinitely more catchable than this. I could probably play like, you know, not really concentrating with this yo-yo, whereas this one, you know, it takes a bit of focus because the trapeze width is actually quite narrow. Next thing we did was we upped the diameter slightly, just to create that increase in size, decreased the weight, and the other design shift that we did was we essentially, if you can see here, the stainless steel is flushed right to the edge of the yo-yo, so it kind of has like an edge-to-edge display, whereas this, you know, it's recessed kind of like back into it, so it looks a bit clunky, looks slightly less aesthetic in my opinion. So that was the evolution of the first Outlier. Now, despite all the design changes that we went through, I still wasn't particularly happy with this yo-yo, mainly because of how it played on the string. Now, when I played with the yo-yo on the string, it was a very intangible, I couldn't quite understand why this yo-yo wasn't really resonating with me. So we decided to try an outer rim approach. Now these two yo-yos are essentially the same thing, so we made a catchable outer ring edition. Now this yo-yo essentially, this one was fundamentally different, but I really liked the outer rim feel. And I felt that it was a lot better than the inner ring just because of how it played. Now initially I didn't want to do an outer ring because I felt as if outer rings were always a bit too powerful, but this outer ring really kind of resonated with me, and it was like, wow, I could finally see where I really wanted the Outlier to go. So from here, there was a few kind of ifs and buts. The yo-yo itself was slightly, it was good, but it was missing that 1 or 2%, and I really want to try to iterate it slightly more, just so it could be 100%, something that I would really want to play with. So this is where we got to the last two prototypes. So exclusive look. So this was the first prototype that we made. Now this prototype is very reminiscent of the Mobius, and as you can see here, the rim kind of wraps around the edge of the yo-yo. So as you can see here, there's a disparity between that, but this one, it just entirely wraps around. And this made this yo-yo really, really powerful. Think of like, it almost made it play like a Draupnir, but like even more powerful. So at this point, you know, it was a great yo-yo, it was really powerful, but the design itself was fundamentally difficult to make. It kept going vibey, we weren't sure why it wasn't working, and it was really annoying. So we decided to make the design a little bit more, how can I say it, manufacturer friendly. So we decided to go away from the wraparound rim to basically a wrap around the body of the yo-yo. So as you can see here, this one goes all the way around, whereas this one kind of just stops there where the body meets the yo-yo. And this essentially made it equally powerful, but this was also a slightly easier version to manufacture. The yo-yos were dead smooth, and it got to the point where we were like, it's good. I fundamentally like it. So the only real qualm I have with this is that it's slightly too heavy. It's around 64 grams, and I'd like something around 63.5, maybe 63. And that's essentially the only thing we're doing. That, and we're reducing some of the material around the wall, and this yo-yo will be ready, and we will finally have completed the offset Outlier. So for those of you who are asking what's going on with the Outlier, where has it been, you know, are you still releasing the Outlier? This is what we've been doing with it. Like, we've gone through iterations, and every single time we've taken the best of each prototype and made it better. So, if I want to summarize it, it started off like this. We increased catchability and power. We increased catchability and power to the point where it was an outer ring format, so it played more compatible with me. We upped the power slightly, and we made the yo-yo essentially easy to manufacture. And when it was easy to manufacture, it means it can be consistently manufactured, and we also made it slightly lighter in the next iteration. So yeah, that's kind of what we did with it. So yeah, if you guys are interested in the Outlier, it should be out soon. Me and Nick are working around the clock to get it released. But any comments, questions, and criticisms, post them down below, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Alright, see you guys.